Once you love the properties, then you always love properties, so you cannot stay away from this if you are President of the United States or not. So basically we hope that the next president, the President-elect Mr. Trump, will be very instrumental to develop a Cuban-US relationship.
Now, if he does hold tight to his claim that he's actually going to terminate the deal and perhaps make things more difficult between the US and Cuba, are there any other countries you think that you could be targeting your company towards?
Yeah, obviously, we've always been targeting Europe, but we love the US clients to come to stay with us, and they love us as well. So whatever we heard now from President-elect Mr. Trump, it seems like he is reconsidering quite a lot of his sayings. So we really hope for this.
Now, obviously, there's always a lot of tourists coming from China as well. They've shown an interest in coming into Cuba. Any thoughts on perhaps pivoting some of your interest to some of perhaps your Asian customers, or perhaps even from the African continent?
Yeah, last year we had quite a big portion of Asian clients coming from China, India, coming from Singapore, Malaysia. They also love to stay with us, but you know this is far away, so we would love to target the US market.
Now, in terms of the business landscape for Airbnb hosts, what's it like there? Is it difficult to set up a business? What's the process like?
There is no kind of process. The private business is only allowed on the private level, where you need to get the license or certificate, put it in this way, and then you can run the business, but it's quite limited. What we would love to have is to put it in this way, to grow, and the growth opportunities are missing right now.
And what would you like to see happen in terms of growth? What would make that easier for you?
Let's say if they allow private investors to operate privately. So far on the property market, if you want to be a big hotel, if you want to open a hotel, you're only allowed to run a governmental private cooperation. And we're obviously not that size, so we are more interested in the boutique hotels, but probably for 30, 15 rooms in this way. And for this kind of business, there is no kind of legislation put forward yet.
As people do become more interested in Cuba, what's the competition like, first among other Airbnb hosts, and perhaps also the hotels that are also trying to get in on the action?
This market is very, very new. So this is either very small competitors or a very big competitors right now in this market. So as we see it, with this possible growth of tourism in the area, in Cuba, it's obviously not a very many competitors existing right now. So whoever start acting first, I believe they will be fully occupied.
So do you have any concerns that some of the big hotel chains that are really trying to make inroads in Cuba could perhaps push some of the Airbnb operators out to the side?
Yeah, it's excellent because they only take, the high-end group. What we offer, this is a kind of hospitality. This is authentic Cuba with the standards of 5 stars or 5 stars accommodation. So we're not afraid of these bigger chains coming right now, and we're not afraid of the smaller as well, because we have our own very, very specific understanding how we want to accommodate our guests.
Now, for people who haven't had a chance to visit Cuba yet and really don't know what to expect, what advice would you give them?
Yeah, just come open and, learn some Spanish words. Have fun and look around. And once you do it, everybody will come to see you.
And in terms of people who are wondering if opening an Airbnb in Cuba is a good idea, any words of wisdom, being that you've gone through the process?
We would like to make it easier for the smartphone applications. Right now, if you don't have a computer, you cannot actually put Cuba on the map. So we would like to improve some kind of registration processes.